because the state governor had intelligence report that they might come to attack, and the military were brought in, and the military were in that school till almost 12 that night. Then the military now left. Within 1 hour of the military leaving, the terrorists came. You are welcome once again to the Guru's perspective. It is good to know that we are there. And please, again, we will appeal to you, view this, share it. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the Guru's YouTube channel, Godwin the Guru. Then, the most important thing, your comments, please drop them at the box provided for this. Let us move. What should the topic be? Is it full return of terrorism against the Nigerian citizens? I have to say this because today, Friday, 22nd day of the month of November of the year 2025, news had just come in this morning that the terrorists had invaded the school somewhere in Niger State, belonging to Catholic, and they've carted away 100 daughters of ours into the forest. This is talking of Kebbi, which 4 days ago, the terrorists went in there, select about 120 something children, our daughters, and on the process killed a staff of the school and other people. So we have those one in the forest. And even as we talk now, there is news filtering in that in Nazarawa, they have gone again, invaded one school. Meaning within 4 or 5 days, not less than between 400 to 500 people have been carted away by terrorists. What does that suggest? It suggests that the terrorists are becoming stronger and tougher over and above government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. For example, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was to travel to South Africa when he had been invited for the 20 Gs. But he has to postpone the travel when this thing in Kebbi happened. And he gave an order, marching order, to the Vice President to go to Kebbi so that he can get security report as regular as another thing. It is after taking decision on what he will be doing with the report he will be getting before, but now even the South Africa trip, he had cancelled it totally, which is a very, very good thing for the president to do. But then there are a lot of questions we have to ask. We should not forget a Kitty local government of Kwara State. When these people went into a church, when elderly people and co were just doing their thing, practicing and singing to God, they got there, open fire, and people kill about 2 or 3, they say, they carted all the remaining one into the forest. But there are some similarities that are disturbing. Today, we should not pretend not to run away from truth of this matter. In the first place, the Guru is not too pleased that the president chose the vice president to go to Kebbi on issue involving terrorism. Let us be factual with ourselves. Shetima, the vice president, was he not the governor of Borno State in the time that Chibok school was invaded and girls were carted away from that place? When the Catholic Church celebration of New Year was bombed and over 80-something people killed in that bomb, the mastermind, the #1 terrorist suspected, when the Nigeria DSS were looking for him, where did they get him? Was it not in the guest house or the house or the official house of then governor of Borno State, who is Shetima, who is now the vice president? Look, it might be the vice president's warning, but Nigerians are not forgetting all this in a hurry. Neither would the internet ever forget. So this is why some people, when they looked at the setup in the presidency, they will always ask themselves, if the president really want to deal with this issue of terrorism in Nigeria, why must he choose? Of course, we now know that it was chosen for him, but constitutionally speaking, it was his responsibility to have chosen Shettima. So Shettima going there, on what ground? Could it be on the ground that because he knew much about Chibok girls, so if he go there, he will bring his experience to bear and be able to rescue those girls? We are waiting to see. That is number two. And these are very, very cogent points that we are now making. How come that the Chibok, we have to go back there, 2014, the Chibok girls, the school was porous, and the good thing was that there was a military checkpoint in front of the gate to the school. But before a week before the terrorists came to pack those girls away, the military checkpoint was relocated, taken further to about 6 miles before they came. That's one fact. Another fact there, the principal of the school, the daughter was among them. But 2 days before the invasion of the school to cut away those girls, the principal withdrew the daughter for whatever reason. It was not made. Then after the whole thing, was there anything like promotion or something to people who are close to that school, which will probably say benefit or benefits of those who really helped matters? Now let us look now. We are back. The Kebbi, I have it on good authority of one of my friends who told me that he spoke with one of the teachers that had just been transferred away from that school not too long ago. That because the state governor had intelligence report that they might come to attack, and the military were brought in, and the military were in that school till almost 12 that night. Then the military now left. Within 1 hour of the military leaving, the terrorists came. This similarity, are they just coincidence or they are pointing to something? That is. Then let us look at Ekiti local government in Kwara. We were told that even the house where the policemen around that area were living were built by the people around that place. But on the day of attack, when the police were most needed, the police could not do anything. Instead, the police now involved themselves shooting tear gas. To those running to them to say, we have been attacked, they were shooting tear gas. How does tear gas, what is the result of tear gas? Which pursue those people who came to pack these people away and get them arrested and deliver this. So these are the similarities that are on ground. But let us look at the nitty-gritty of what is on ground. The federal government of Nigeria probably will be seen as doing something, but the fact remains that they have not done enough. Because if the federal government had done much as expected, they would have stopped this terrorism act since when it came to be with the Boko Haram arrival. Don't forget, Boko Haram came on one slogan that Western education is haram, meaning is a forbidden thing. That is how it came. But let us now look at the trajectory. In the first place, the former National Security Advisor, Major General Mungodu, to National Security Advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari, once said it publicly in an interview he granted to the press that the service chiefs then, the money allocated for them to buy weaponry, and that 4 years after they had paid for the weaponry, they had not arrived in Nigeria. He said in a mockery manner that maybe they are still on the high sea. Maybe they are coming from America, maybe 4 years they are still on the high sea. Nobody government, not even Buhari, who was then head of state, that said yes. Because Mugodu, when he was making the public address, he admitted that President Muhammad Buhari knew of it, that he set up a committee, that the report was with the committee. And the National Assembly, that was the 9th National Assembly, or was it the 8th National Assembly, equally had report. So if money set out and the equipment purchased, they never arrived, do we need any oracle reading to know that those money had found themselves into private pockets? So it is a big business, and money spilling, and it is not naira we are talking about, we are talking dollar about this. So who will now hold these people responsible? But instead, Muhammadu Buhari left his service chief to stay 4 years, and on the 5th year before he left, and when he now removed them, he even glorified them by giving them an award. All of them became ambassadors around him. And what did we see? We now saw service chiefs that were building universities in their states of origin. Is that how it's supposed to be? Who will not know that there is a conspiracy here between those that are to lead the battle to redeem us from terrorism with the terrorists themselves? Then, a few days ago, a brigadier general is a one-star general, and the cost of bringing an officer to the level of attaining that rank is not an easy thing. And there is no brigadier general that will just jump on the road alone go to war. The brigadier general that was killed, he was a brigade commander. And how many men do you have in the brigade? And every member of troops that is with a high-level officer, they will be willing to take a bullet for their guy to be alive, even from the rank of colonel. And this man was ambushed. And the information reaching us showed that there was a trade-out. There was a betrayal that made these SWAT people to encroach there. But the man who have created that record of being very, very brave and very, very tactical at war found himself out, and he escaped. In the place he escaped to, from there, he called the military that this is what happened, this is what happened. And even told them that my phone is running down, that the battery is now also bad, and that they should move and penetrate through this angle, penetrate through this wing to come to their rescue. And we were told, for precedents that had happened in the previous time, we want to believe that information was not circulated to these SWAT people. And this is how the SWAT people knew the position he was immediately and went there and gathered and slaughtered him. So we have all these evidences. And there are too many officers that are retired. Major General Deni, Major General Tolabe, Major General Danjuma Ali Aoyi, all of them have shown us different things that happened to them. So what we are saying now is this. What will be the difference between President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his successor, mostly Muhammadu Buhari, who really, through his spokesman, invited terrorists from the whole of West Africa countries that they should come to Nigeria, that jihad has started? Don't we know these facts? We know them. And if Muhammadu Buhari was quiet, then President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came. The question is this: this matter being peddled that this rot had been on ground. Did he not know that this rot was on ground? Did he not tell us that we seek for this job and we must do the job because we campaign for it? We must do it. So how we now say that because the rotting has been on ground, so it's not? No. If there's any reason why, because I know one thing: President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, no time in his life that he has created the pressure that is a jigoist, that is a religious fanatic. No. But if he is not being able to put an end to it, it must be for the reason of 2027, because he will want to run the full length of time. Because today, if he should stand up and give instruction and monitor that instruction. Boko Haram, ISWAP, bandits, terrorists, we overcome it within 3 months maximum. But can he do it? I'm afraid the man will not be willing to do it now at all. The reason is this: he will still have to survive this one and go and contest the election for 2027 so that he can remain in office for the 2 tenure, which will terminate in 2031. It is for this reason, because if the truth must be told, many members of his cabinet are terrorists that will help not to give him peace. That's number one. Number two, suddenly, Northern Nigeria now saw that, oh, Bola Tinubu is not good to us, which I don't agree with. But then there will be people from that end that will equally work against him. And all of them might be deploying instrument of terrorism. The terrorists are their partner on the other side. That, okay, go and do this, go and do this, so that we make the country to become something. And that something was what exactly APC pronounced in 2014. That if Goodluck Jonathan does not do this or do that, we will make Nigeria governable for him. That was the time that the APC, as a political party. On this point, I will try to separate Bola Ahmed Tinubu from the APC. But then, how much far can you separate them? Now, saying that they will make Nigeria governable. Today, they are not making Nigeria governable for the man. And he may not know it. And apart from that, some people he employed, he put in strategic position. Are they really not sympathizers of terrorists? For example, just yesterday, today, Matawale, the former governor of Zamfara State, had arrived at Kebbi State in the first place. President gave him order, go there and make sure that this thing is clear. Is this the first time we are seeing orders like that? Of what benefit is Matawale to this battle? Matawale was the governor of Zamfara State. When he now went to the forest to dine and wine with terrorists, his pictures are still circulating everywhere with the terrorists, with gun, with everything. And at the end of the day, before he returned back to town, there was a station of terrorism. What did he do? And this happened now to be the man that the president picked to defend Nigerians as Minister of State. So a man who could not defend, instead sold his citizens out to defend Nigeria. He has sent this man. The first question is that, does Matawale command troops? He has no command over troops. You sent to your vice president. Why don't you just leave the vice president? And like as I earlier said, the vice president had a tainted record of being somebody who was sympathetic with leader of terrorism. So how would it be? So we have all these problems because, one, until those with invested interest that Nigerians are expected to lead us out of terrorism are really brought to books, and that will be through the order of the president, this terrorism will still have a long way to torment us. For now, who is safe in Nigeria? Even as I speak, am I safe? Are you safe there? The guru will return in another perspective.